Hi, Gracie.
Hi Shreya, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Very happy to welcome you to this webinar where we talk about building a gender inclusive workplace. I am Shreya Prakash, the CEO co-founder of FlexiBees. We are a talent platform that provides part-time, project-based, and remote talent to businesses via qualified women professionals. Today, we are speaking with and about Kinara Capital. Kinara Capital is a fintech company driving the financial inclusion of small business entrepreneurs by providing collateral free, fast, and flexible business loans. They have 110 branches across 90 plus cities and have recently crossed the milestone of asset under management of rupees 1,000 crores in collateral free loans to small businesses. Inclusion is core to them, whether it be the financial inclusion of SMEs, especially women entrepreneurs, or in their own teams. So we invited Gracy Tavamani, the EVP Human Capital Management of Kinara Capital, to speak to us about their inclusion philosophy and the practices that make them successful at it. So hi Gracie, welcome to the webinar. I'm very excited to hear how you guys have built such a fast growing and huge business at scale with the core philosophy of inclusion at it.
Yeah. Hi Shreya, and thank you very much for this opportunity. I mean, I'm glad to be on this call. I know we're talking about the favorite topic. I would say it's very close to our heart, inclusion when it comes. Yeah, thank you very much.
Our pleasure entirely. So, Gracie, tell me, what does inclusion mean for Kinara and why is it important?
So inclusion for us, it means I would define it as the equality, right? How do we bring that? I know we believe in that and we practice in as well. As a women-led company, we always ensure that there is an equal opportunity given to the women in the eco space what we are working. Still, we are being at a 21st century. We see that still there is a bias between the men and women. The gender bias in terms of any matter it right. So we ensure that we give equal opportunity to them, the selection in the employment or it's matter in the customer basis also. We ensure that the equality is maintained and we give opportunity to everyone on the merit basis. And how important it is this to us is, as I said initially, that this is like very close to our art and adding people and giving opportunity to women, and it's been proven as well. It's in employees which we hire in the corporate office or in the field office also. We have given an opportunity and each women have proven themselves that we are not less in in terms of achieving the targets or proving ourselves, like whichever the role they are taking up to, right. So we started hiring in 2017 June in the field. Corporate office we didn't have much struggle to hire, or people were easy to approach, and they were also happy to join us in whichever the role, senior, junior, whichever the role we had. And it was not that struggle which we had. But when it comes to field, we had some resistance from the branch team, saying that how a woman can go on be on field and how she can go on recover or do the collection role, or branch head role handling a 6 to 8 employees, reporting to them, how these kinds of roles can be handled by women, and also doing the field visits. Right. So when we had initially at 2017, we had this question ourselves, like, okay, we are open to give opportunity to women employees, and how about the women taking up this and proving themselves in the field and the role whichever they are working for. So definitely, the women have been proven. We have women employees in all the team in the field, sales, whether it's sales, collections, recovery, or legal, or even different other departments which we have, and different roles. We have women employees who are like 16% of women employees on the field is women employees, and they are keep proving, everyone saying that we are ready here to take any kind of job role, and we are equally achieving that what the others are achieving.
Awesome. So, what I gather is that you guys have 60%, women in your head office, and even on the field, which is traditionally considered to be a male bastion, you guys
Yeah.
are driving. Uh, you guys are driving more inclusion for women, which is amazing, and that's the thing that really impressed me about Kinara Capital when I first read the showcase that we did on you guys. Was the fact that fintech, first of all, fintech itself as a space is
Yeah.
considered even today to be a male dominated space, or maybe not considered, but it is in many ways. And it's amazing that you guys are building this fast growing business in this space. And secondly, that fintech has a field component. It
Yeah.
has those so-called hard, and rough, more than hard, maybe the rough jobs as people consider, which they consider, or the perception about which is that it is not suitable for women, and that's the thing that you guys are trying to break. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about it, and thank you for touching upon those. There's another thing that I saw in, yeah, Gracie, do you want to?
Yeah, in the corporate office which we are connecting, right? In the corporate office, we have 60% of women employees. When we see the ratio wise, and our all the senior leadership or women led departments. There also we have around 60 to 70% women leaders who handle the entire team of the bigger size of the team in the company. So we feel pride to say that we are a women led company, plus we have the women ratios which is higher.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really commendable. And what I was also very impressed by when I read about you guys was the origin story, and what and I would like to hear from you the thing that
Yeah.
made Hardika, who's your founder, and the co-founder, start Kinara, and how it's been going along those lines.
Okay. Yeah, Hardika, when she started, in 2011, uh, she wanted to create a social enterprises with an impact, what she had in mind, and not only in the business. I mean, even in the when it comes to employment also, she was very clear on creating a eco space for or a workspace for equal opportunity to men and women, and she has been seeing this in the ecosystem, like what that women has a struggle, right, whether it's an employment base or in the customer. Now what we have created a special um, loan or a product to a women. It's keeping that in mind. It's
Yeah.
right from the beginning when she started up. She thought that these are the challenges which each and every women are facing out there, like how we can support, how we can give an equal opportunity to them, whichever the way it is possible, right? So we started this journey in 2011, and it's been a great journey, being with such a great leader, who has the aspiration, and then it inspires us also as a women, giving us an opportunity, and giving us a um, space to voice out ourselves, right, prove ourselves, like what we can do when the opportunity is given. So it's been a great journey with her, and I hope all the women who is working with us will have the same inspiration to work with the Kinara.
So, tell us, what are some of the big mindset shifts that have happened as part of the company taking on these kinds of purpose-driven, audacious goals around inclusion? Or tell us, some interesting stories that break a lot of myths.
Yeah, maybe I'll start from the field. We have a lot of interesting stories. If I have to start that, each cases has a different kind of inspirational stories for us. So when I started hiring in 2017, we started hiring in the field role. Like as I mentioned, there was a resistance from the team saying that, okay, this is a field role, this is a feet on street model which we had, and how a woman can go and do this job on the field, right? How way women can go and do the collections job on the field, how she can, he or she can have this kind of role, and it won't be successful. That was the mindset which everyone was having. But we were very clear, and we believed in that what we were doing it, and we thought that let's start hiring the female employees, and we started in 2017. Still we have no restriction in hiring the women employees, or we don't have policy specific to saying that it's these roles are only specific to women or men. So ours is an equal policy, and it's based on a merit which we hire. So when we started hiring, it was starting. We started with a officer level, role, and once we found successful, and we were also like, we have hired the team, and we started promoting that, their female employees have been joined, and we need their acceptance as well, and they're equally performing, right? So these kinds of awareness sensitization we started doing, and then once that role got successful and she proved herself, and we started moving it to the next level of the roles as well, like branch head, regional head. So we started hiring on different levels and different departments as well. So we started with sales, then we got female employees in the collections and recovery as well, and then gradually we moved to legal department roles to hiring. Then we each role has been proven story with us. All the employees who are out there in the field, each individual has their own stories how they prove themselves, right? And even there was some resistant, like if female, if we are hiring, then they may go on maternity leave for 6 months break. So how do we how do you have this handled in this break time, right? So we already had a plan in place, when the women employees are going on a maternity thing, how we can have a additional resources for that for 6 months gap, and then we can elevate them to the different role, or we can transfer them till they come and rejoin us, right? So these kinds of answers we had readily had, when it comes from the team saying that what if this happened, what if that happened, right? So we were prepared of all these answers, and we know what we were doing, so we were prepared, and then this helped us in making this successful. And in coming to the HO also, we had a lot of stories, the same maternity, or it can. One of the story which I would like to highlight here is about our CFO. That she is the young CFO amongst the fintech industry, which she is today. And initially, there was I mean, there is some echo. Initially, there was some resistance, like when she goes out there as a CFO, asking like, who is the CFO, right? I mean, I mean, usually the trend is like the gray with the gray hair, the CFO can be identified, but she break that barrier, and we have proven it. Even in the COVID situations, we had, we didn't realize that we had a, anywhere the crunch in the the financially we had a crunch, or we had a salary cuts, or we delayed the salaries, or we didn't have any such problems. So we didn't have that financial issues, when we said that our CFO is a women led, and we didn't have any kind of such kind of issues in the company. So it's definitely a, proud moment for us, saying that we were nowhere lesser than any other company when we say we have a women-led employees across.
Awesome. So this is not just breaking the gender myth, but it is also breaking the age myth.
Right.
These kinds of perceptions that prevail. Great. And tell us a little bit about what it gets you. So I understand that you are and your entire team is very passionate about inclusion in overall across gender and many other facets. But what are the benefits that you derive from it in terms of, say, business or any other aspect? Why should any other organization drive inclusion?
Okay. See, as I already mentioned that there is the bias which we had. We had break that ceiling, the glass ceiling. Now, I mean, it has been proven in all the field. It's not only in a fintech industry. In all the industries, it's been proven that the women employees are leading ahead. It's no, they are nowhere lesser than the in terms of, no offense to the other genders. I mean, we are, we want to give equal opportunity to all the gender. I mean, we have to break the parity what the ecosystem has, and given the opportunity to everyone, they would be able to prove, right? Even for the we have hired the trans employees as well, and even the PWD resources. So everybody has the same policy. We don't have special policy for the men per se or for a trans per se, right? But at the same time, we ensure what is the safety measures that we have to take for different gender, right? What kind of facilities that they would require when we hire them. So these kinds of cautiously we have taken a decision, and we know these are the things which would come ahead, and we are prepared for that, right? That's how we started. And then we thought that it's not only from the top management these thoughts should be, right? At the team where they are working as a team, even the team should accept that, and they have to welcome this. They should also have such kind of mindset to welcoming the any kind of gender, and how do you treat them. So how do you sensitize the entire team is very much important. Taking such a decision will not help us to be a successful in leading these kinds of when the ecosystem is not supporting, right? So we have to cautiously may ensure that what are the initiatives that we have to bring in, right? What sensitization we have to do. We should keep talking about that. We have introduced the monthly newsletter, HR newsletter, where we have a section for all these kinds of information to sensitize them, and keep telling them this is what we are and this is what we do, and this is encouraging them when they in the when they even in the achievements per se, whatever it is, like when it comes to women, or when it comes to any other things which we do in the company, we ensure that we educate our own team so that everybody on the same page. So it becomes easy for as a company and as for an employees as well, to work in the healthy workplace.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember you were telling me something about how you guys did, Women's Day differently. So can you, yeah, maybe for our audience also talk about that?
Yeah, Women's Day, we celebrate the Women's Day. The whole day is planned, and we call the external women leaders also to come and speak. And even Hardika goes out for the different companies to talk about the women, what initiatives that we have taken. We have this program which we conduct. We'll on a virtual basis we connect with the entire company, like 1,300 plus employees, and we talk about women, what the achievements we have done, what is the plans that we have in hiring, or so we talk about the company level and ask the men's to talk about women. That's what it's in highlight where I was just telling them, you have to talk about women, like we talk about our own. It's a Women's Day. Yes, we all know what we are doing. Everything is everybody knows, but why don't you talk, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
when they talk about, then one thing which they highlighted also, it also made us feel all better, is like they spoke about how to start from the home, right? Women, yes, in the workplace definitely there is an equality, because there is a policy, there are other restrictions to follow, they follow, but that is not the case. But they start from the home, giving an opportunity and creating how the breaking the bias right from their home, right? That mindset of creating is very much required for everyone, as we grow and we have this more employees coming in. So this kind of, they should understand, it's not like I am bound to do this. I am bound to follow the policy, and that's why I'm equally treating a woman. That should come as in own, right? And it from the home, as they say, when they treat their family members, or when they see outside the workplace as well, that mindset should not go. That's what we are trying to create. And that's really good to know that all the men also are supporting us in the workplace, and they equally treat us also and welcome us, whichever the role or any decisions has been taken.
No, that's awesome. I was very, happy to hear this, this aspect of your Women's Day celebration, because we are, around Women's Day, we are always talking to women and about women. But it is actually a societal problem, and it's something that needs to involve all stakeholders and primarily the other half of this puzzle, which is men, and get them involved as well. So it's great that you guys are doing that. And tell me a little bit more, because again we spoke about it a little bit yesterday. What's the program that you have for women entrepreneurs, and how that's been working out?
Okay, so women entrepreneurs we have created in 2020. We had launched a products specifically for women, which is called as Harvikas. We planned like we'll have 100 crore dispersed in that product on these encouraging women's, and then this year we have a 200 crore disbursement which we are planning to disburse in only specific to Harvikas. And the overall customers what we have today is like 45,000 customers we have. Out of that, 13% is the women entrepreneurs, which we are providing. More than 6,000 women entrepreneurs. We have provided the loans for them. So there, I mean, as I said, the customers also we increase them. We see a lot of restriction in the bank, as yesterday we were discussing, right? Like the banks also has some policies where they don't allocate
Yeah,
loans for the women, and they have lot of criterias which they think that women doesn't fulfill, right? But as a company, and we took a cautious decision that certain criterias when they fulfill, and we should encourage women and
yeah,
entrepreneurs to go with Kinara, right? So these are the things which we did at the field level. We have customers, and this year what the target is to disburse 200 crore for the women entrepreneur. So it's great to have such numbers calling out, and having women's in as a part of our journey, growth journey. It's really good to
yeah,
realize that the women is part of the any of the decisions which we take.
yeah. So it's astounding. I think a lot is talked about it, about inclusion, but there are very few organizations that walk the talk. From speaking with you guys, it really comes through that you are very serious about it, because it's not just at the level of hiring, it's also for your customers, it is also for your larger team. And
Yeah.
I cannot overemphasize the importance of having women role models in places where women have traditionally not been, whether it is at the head of a branch, or whether it is in a CFO role, or whether it is the sole founder of a growing fintech company. And you guys are doing all of those things and more. Uh, Tell me
Yeah.
a little bit about, yeah. Then tell me a little bit about how whether you've hired differently, to include more women. How you came across, say, us at FlexiBees. Uh, you know,
Okay.
yeah,
Sure. So as I mentioned, we didn't have a policy stating that there is a restriction for such roles in hiring the gender thing. So we were open, and whether it's a field role or a corporate office, we had open in our policies hiring based on the merit and not as a gender based. So that was very clear in the hiring part at the starting part of the the employment life cycle. When it comes, then the second question was like, okay, we decided to hire an employees, women employees. Where do we go and find only the women's, where we need all the kind of roles, right? Whether it's an account, say HR, or any kind of that matter. It's an IT or any role. So we need an employees now. How do we hire specific to women? How do we cautiously took the call. Like we need to have women employees, increasing the ratio in the corporate office, and we started finding a consultants where they are specific to the women. So one of that which I found was FlexiBees, and we have other consultants also working with us. Specifically, we thought Vedika is one of the institute which we have had a tie up, and we gave opportunity to the women students and the scholars. They came here and they had a shadow program, and then 3 to 4 batches where women employees were here. we gave them an opportunity, and then still they are, we converted them as an employee, so we are working with them. So like that, specifically we had this program, running, like how we can get the women, and FlexiBees has been a great support for me when we had this vision to bring in, like, to increase the numbers. So you had been a great support, in supporting us in hiring the women employees thing. The one more which I would say is, like, in the field we did a, campaign kind of a thing, where we specifically said that there is an opportunity for women employees, and the housewives, or the, the reference which we get from the employees specifically for women, we did a, kind of a campaign. We posted all this across the branches, and we told specifically for women, this is the program which we are hiring, and we specifically hire for women for the field roles. So these kinds of initiatives we took, tied up with the, like FlexiBees and other companies, which we can hire the women's and give them an opportunity. So this strategies were applied, to how can we increase the women employees at workplace. So this is how, the plan got success, and we are still hoping that a lot of women will get an opportunity. We are open to hire, women employees, and give them an opportunity and grow with us, and prove everyone that, uh, women is can do this.
Yeah. No, amazing. And I think, yesterday you were telling me also about, a recent success story where somebody in your field organization has overachieved on their target. And, these are the things that are so heartening. It's not something that is, a charity, or it is not something that is it to be done merely because it is a good thing to do, but it's a great thing for business as well. And, yeah, you want to talk a little bit more about that
Yeah,
example?
definitely it is not a charity. I mean, there, as I said, there is no specific policy to say that, so women, you have a different targets, or, women has been, whether it's a review systems or anything, nothing has changed. I mean, as I said, it's a merit based, hiring which we do. And in the field, in the last quarter, when I was in the field meeting, I was proud to say that one of our loan of, women employee has achieved 1 crore in a month. That was really a big number. It was, we all were proud that, one of our, colleague has, achieved a big number in 1 month. And it's proven that, we can say that, see, this is what it is. I mean, you have to hire. I mean, if you have the mindset of, I mean, somewhere in the back of the mind thinking that, maybe the targets may not achieve, see, this is what it is. And in the given an opportunity, everybody can prove that. And the numbers is just a number, but, when we take it as a passion and the goal, that, we'll definitely
Yeah.
achieve the numbers.
No, absolutely. I mean, we work with women day in and day out, and, the thing that strikes me personally is there is so much talent, and because we specifically work with women who are, because of one reason or the other, and primarily because of the way societal structures and work structures have worked so far, are outside of the workforce. And, there is so much talent. There is so much talent that, women have, and, same as any other person or any other gender. And, it's only a matter of, creating a pathway for this talent to find the right, avenue to shine. And, it has such a amplifying effect, because you create a role model, you create a story that other people of all genders can look at and internalize. It's a huge thing. It's a big thing. So
Yeah.
congratulations to you guys on doing it so well. Uh, and we
Thank you
have we
so
have
much.
Yeah.
I would like to add that point. Sorry to interrupt here. I mean, I could not stop myself when you were telling those lines. Right, we have a women leaders. When we had to travel different locations, we have to meet different people, customers, going on field. I mean, nowhere we had, say, or in, restrictions from the women employees as well. Like, I will not be able to do this. I will not be able to travel this. Right? They they also took it up as a challenge, and they also proved themselves, like, yes, we are here to do the role. I mean, we are not here to just take an excuse of women, right? I mean,
Yeah,
yes, all the women have different other things because they have to handle, the work life balance, handling the family, and as well as the thing. But that never has been a reason for any women to prove themselves in the workplace. So they didn't give that as a reason, right? So that made us, still motive, I mean, encouraging us to, okay, this we are not having anyways the problem, that why are we still thinking of, on those lines. So that mindset of shift, definitely has been at all the levels, in the field as well. So HO, we didn't have that problem, but still field we had something when we started in the way back of 2017. But now I think those mindset up has really been shifted.
brilliant, brilliant. Great. And, of course, we love to bring such stories out because, a lot of good work is happening in pockets. But, thing is that people need to know more about what is happening so that it creates, like you said, it seems like it's proven, it creates a positive movement towards more inclusion.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
we, yeah, we have a question from Shweta.
Okay.
Hi, Gracie. What are your future plans for gender inclusion?
So the future plans, I would say, as I said already, like, we had tied up with FlexiBees and other, women, only the women hiring companies like For Her or WinPay or, the Vedika, even the colleges also, that, there is more specific priorities given for the women. We have such plans to tie up with, specific to women, right? And even when we go to campus hiring or anywhere, we have a, project of hiring, bringing the different consultants in place. So we give her first information to them is like, we are open, we have no gender parity, and we also have a such inspiring story to tell them and motivate them, like, you
Yeah,
need not worry about when you join the company, and we have all the, things taken care, and we have, you will not have any such, kind of issues which you are seeing in the other company. It's very transparent, and there is a, the platform which we have, open for women employees to voice out, right? Whatever they have to have, call out for their, if they have any support needed, we are always there.
yeah, awesome. And now the last question in wrap up. What are the top, two, three things that you would say organizations should do to make themselves truly inclusive?
Okay. The first thing I would say that first we have to believe in that, yes, this, the gender parity, we should break that, that believing that, and ensuring that, this kind of similar mindset of we are sensitizing our employees as well, right? That gives more, flexible for us to, take any kinds of decision, like, okay, top level management has already decided to do this, but how do you flow this information to the, the last point of the organization. So how do you sensitize them, how do you make them, understand that this is a requirement, and we have to change a, the workplace or a ecosystem what we are in today, right? There is no parity required between the gender, and everybody are equal, and you need not compromise on the gender, right? They are equally achieving the targets or whatever it is required for the role requirement, they are there to do that one. So you need not worry about that. So that kind of mindset, it is very much required in the companies. Once that is done, then you have to take an initiative of how you can, bring this, systems in place. When we talk about women, how do we hire, whether it's whatever the role we are in fintech, maybe for the other industries as well, right? It can be a manufacturing sector or any sector, it say. So that it becomes more important as an HR, as a company, to change the mindset what we have today. And then, it's proven, I mean, it's not only the Kinara, like, across many companies have proven that, and many roles also have proven that, yes, women can do it, and there is no need of compromising in the role.
Awesome. Yeah, I think your point on the belief and the mindset is, very important because, and like you were saying yesterday, a policy is a policy, but people need to completely buy into it as well in order for it to really work in a company and for everyone to feel welcome. So great speaking with you, Gracie. It's been amazing hearing, the things that you guys do at Kinara to make it a truly inclusive organization. Like I said, it's rare to find an organization that walks the talk the way that you do. Much power to you. You're changing livelihoods. You're changing the landscape for inclusion, and we wish you all success. And we wish that we hope to have a long association with you guys and help you in your journey. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so much, Shreya, and thank you for this opportunity and have a good, lively discussion on, it feels happy to have such kind of what we have done and, talking live on these, what we have done and we have proven it, right? And yes, definitely, I need your support and many such consultants who can come forward, to supporting in hiring the women at workplace. So thank you very much for this and have a great day.
Yeah, absolutely. Our pleasure. And thank you for listening. Bye bye.
Thank you all. Yeah.